This is a history of the United States Air Force, USAF, and its predecessor organizations from their earliest battles to its modern incarnations of air power, and more recently space power, and the ways in which the air forces of the United States created an independent way of war over time. I specifically choose to say a history of the USAF and not the history. This book focuses almost exclusively on the conduct and impact of the air domain during times of military action, that is, aerial combat, but also to a lesser extent on the movement of cargo, the refueling of aircraft, and reconnaissance and surveillance. Within these chapters, I also examine and prioritize technology, politics, individual and service rivalries, and logistics. In addition, to understand my military arms way of war, one must look at policy, organization, equipping, and training, particularly in years between wars, to uncover their impact on combat operations. To that end, this is a book that crosses several areas of study, the human and technological elements inside the Air Force, and the experience that occurred at the meeting of the two. This book argues that the USAF has had 4 distinct and observable ways of war that have changed over the course of 4 distinct epochs. Air power historian Philip Meilinger developed 10 propositions regarding air power. Historian and former director of the Air Force History Program Richard Hallion developed 10 attributes of air power, and strategist Colin S. Gray produced Air Power Theory in 27 dicta. I have chosen 4 epochs. The individual epochs of this history I employ are Epoch 1, Period of Discovery, 1907 to 1941, and the creation of roles and missions with bombardment theory and practice, assuming its role of primus inter pares, leading to Epoch 2, Strategic Dominance, 1942 to 1975, in which the ideas of strategic bombardment ruled the USAF until it was unceremoniously proven false during the Vietnam conflict. This led to Epoch 3, Tactical Ascendancy, 1975 to 2019, in which fighter and attack aircraft proved dominant, and we entered into a transitional phase of Epoch 4, An Unmanned Future, 2019 to the present. By breaking down the Air Force way of war into 4 distinct epochs, I hope to provide rigor to a concept that has traditionally lacked analytical clarity and demonstrate how U.S. officers and officials conceived of the best and proper way to employ air power. I will also show how changes in the international environment, institutional developments among and within the U.S. military and U.S. government, and new technologies all created distinct ways of war over time for the USAF.